Chapter 91, Sneaky Tactics. Rosemary and Hyunki were getting close to being caught by none other than Rosemary's husband, Nicholas. While Nicholas was waiting for Rosemary, he was thinking of bringing her to K Mall in his father's car to save time. Deep in his thoughts, he wanted to prove his suspicion. "I'll drive you to K Mall, honey, to save time. We must not waste a minute, for I want to spend time with you, for this is only a short vacation, but darling, you might get impatient, for this will take some time, because of an urgent matter. It's fine with me, don't bother. If I had waited for the chance to be home with you, nonetheless if I had to spend a little more time waiting for you, since your work asks for your presence. It is urgent, am I right? I'll just stroll around the mall, since it has been 2 years since I last came here." Rosemary couldn't say more. Earlier that day, at Riel's residence, the three of them, Riel, Hyunki, and Akio, were having fun, arranging and decorating the baby's room. "We should have known the baby's gender. That way, it would be easier to decorate this room," Hyunki remarked. Riel and Akio took funny glimpses of each other. "Don't worry, babe. Yellow and green are neutral colors, so you don't have to fuss about them. As long as my baby is cute and healthy, no problem. My baby." "Oh, come on, Riel. It is our baby, not yours alone," Hyunki protested. "How about some free snacks here? I'm hungry. I'm giving my free time and no charges, so you must at least feed me," jested Akio. "No problem. I'll order a feast today," Hyunki said. Stood up to get his wallet from their bedroom. He was rummaging in his pocket for his wallet but couldn't find it. Hyunki went back to Riel and asked for his wallet. "I didn't touch your clothes, Hyun. Maybe you left it in the car," Riel suggested. "Okay, I'll go and get it. I might have dropped in the driver's seat." He told Junie to help him find his wallet, but Hyunki nor Junie didn't find it. Then he suddenly thought that he might have left it carelessly in Rosemary's bedroom. Hyunki acted quickly. He immediately called Rosemary and instructed her to bring his wallet to his office at K Mall. Hyunki took his Lexus, sped to the mall and meet Rosemary. At the same time, having heard Hyunki's call to Rosemary, Noemi quickly reported this to Riel. Riel got angry and yelled, "That infidel! He could not hold his horses, could he?" Akio calmed her, saying, "No need to be stressed about this. It might only put your baby at risk. Remember, you're onto your 8th month, a crucial stage for you and the baby. In the meantime, I'll order something to eat." Nicholas immediately dashed to trace Rosemary's tracks after he parked the car. He asked the guard where to find the purchasing division to get to her faster. He mentioned the name of his wife, simultaneously showing the business card of Hyunki. The guard gave him the location, so Nicholas hurriedly ran to the 4th level, where the administrative offices were. He knocked on the purchasing division's door and asked for Rosemary Lee. "I'm sorry, sir, but Mrs. Lee is not coming today," explained an employee. "But she was called in today for an urgent matter." "Where to find Mr. Han Hyunki's office?" Showing the business card at the same time. The employee gave directions and dashed towards the place. While Nicholas was looking for Rosemary, she was already in Hyunki's office. They were in their sweet moments together. "Of all places, your wallet has to be found in my bedroom. Good thing my husband didn't look underneath while clearing my bed," Rosemary agitatedly replied. "Maybe because my wallet wanted us to see each other today, despite your husband's homecoming. I loved our togetherness last night, baby, and I'm missing you now." Hyunki and Rosemary kissed passionately, and unknown to them, Nicholas was storming into Hyunki's office. Much to their astonishment, Nicholas caught them in the act. "Why you, adulterers!" Nicholas punched Hyunki, throwing him down on the floor, and gave a heavy slap to Rosemary, making her lips bleed. Before this harrowing incident, Hyunki's secretary was about to stop Nicholas from entering Hyunki's office, but he hushed her. Looking at Nicholas' angry and frightening face, the secretary could not do anything to prevent him from storming into Hyunki's office. Instead, the secretary ran to Hwoncheol's office and told him that Hyunki might be in danger. Hwoncheol immediately called security for backup as he ran towards Hyunki's office. It was too late. Hyunki's face was bleeding from Nicholas' blows, and Nicholas harshly took Rosemary out of the office and the mall. He pushed her inside the passenger seat and drove off, returning to their house. Nicholas' parents were shocked, looking at their faces. "What happened?" Nicholas, almost teary-eyed, gathered his parents and Miko outside the house and led them to the car. Wait for me, Dad. We'll talk and settle our issue. I'll let you know after our discussion. Nicholas still trembled in anger and couldn't measure his disgust towards Rosemary and Hyunki. I worked my heart out for you and our son for 2 years in the US. I endured the cold and sadness in my desire to give you and our son a good life. I gave you a house you've dreamt of living in, a classy high-end subdivision, because it was your dream, and this is what you gave me in return, by betraying my trust? I was planning to take you and Miko to the States. I was thinking of buying our house there, and this house I bought for you in this classy subdivision could be an investment. These are all crap now. And what good did you do, Rosemary? For God's sake, you put potty mud on my head and ruined our lives. Just because a billionaire like Hyunki fell for you doesn't mean he would have you for the rest of his life. He would dispose of you once he got tired of you. But you didn't think of this marriage, which would last us forever. You didn't look first before you leap. Look at us now. Everything is in ruins. I will see to it that you won't ever see our son again. He doesn't deserve you. Rosemary was crying profusely, begging for his mercy. Please, Nico, I know what I have done was too much to forgive, but don't take my son away from me. Don't take away our son from you. Don't make me laugh. You are disgusting and shameful, and you want to drag our son to share the pain and the shame that you caused. You are selfish and ambitious. How does it feel that a billionaire has fallen in love with you? Are you happy now? What if he was married? Do you think he will leave his wife for you? He'll make you his mistress, and then what? Would you be happy being just a mistress? Do you think he would love you forever? Later on, when he got tired of you, because another woman came along, he would dispose of you like a useless rag doll. A womanizer is always a womanizer, a user. He never loved you, just used you. Better wait for our legal separation. I have nothing to do with you now. Nicholas threw everything that was around them out of anger. This house is no longer yours, Rosemary. Please leave this place, for I am selling it. Miko and I would leave for the US and would never return. Good luck with your new life with your billionaire lover. Nicholas sped off with his son and parents, leaving Rosemary behind, fraught and devastated. In the meantime, Hyunki and Hwanchul were arguing about the incident. Both were having heated arguments, and Hwanchul grabbed Hyunki's collar and would almost hit his brother's face, when Riel came in and shouted, "What a sight, two brothers fighting. Please explain, Hyunki. Speeding off without telling me, only to get your lost wallet from Rosemary? Of all places, it landed in her bedroom." Hwanchul lost his grip on his brother and stepped aside, leaving Hyunki with Riel. Hyunki could not speak, so Riel did the talking. "I know everything, Hyun. No need to keep secrets. I knew your rendezvous with Rosemary every time you go out biking, which is why you don't feel like having breakfast with me. I knew you were meeting with her every night, giving you the clues, but you acted dumb. I wanted to slap her face when I told her to help me choose baby things for my child, but I controlled myself because of a scandal it might cause." Riel looked straight at Hyunki but didn't want to meet her eyes. "You thought you won playing me, didn't you? You pretended to be affected when you found me crying one night and tried to console me of my loneliness. Yet, you continue to be in bed with Rosemary, making a show that you feel insecure and got jealous of Akio to cover up your illicit affair. You thought you could easily fool me, taking me as naive and stupid? You told me not to leave you, because you needed our child and me, and deep in your heart, you loved me. Those were only words, right? But those were only flowery words to cover up your guilt, or prove that you can handle your affairs and be satisfied with them." Riel left without looking back, after saying everything she wanted to take off her chest, leaving Hyunki muddled. While in the car, Riel called Akio's number and spoke. "I am ready to see the family lawyer you suggested, Akio. Please make an appointment for me soonest." It was already evening when Rosemary called Hyunki. He was still in his office, silent, alone, wondering how he would fix the mess he got into. "Yes, Rosemary, why did you call?" Hyunki asked. "Hyun, I don't know what to do now. Nicholas and my son left me, and he evicted me from this place, because I don't have the right to stay on. He is selling this house. What shall I do, Hyun? Where will I go?" Hyunki was appalled and became more troubled. He was between Reeler's threat and Rosemary's plight. Hyunki was in the middle of fixing his mess, but couldn't seem to free himself from Rosemary. Would this be the end of Reeler's marriage with Hyunki?